recording. Great. Hi, everybody. My name is Richard Nugent, and I'm the Director of Church Staff Finances. I was hired for a one-year position back in 2008, and I'm still here. And delightfully so. I'm a Unitarian Universalist minister, and I served for 11 years in the parish before starting this job 17 years ago. And my background before all that was 20 some odd years doing public policy in Washington, D.C. So this position is a good marriage of my, hopefully, some pastoral skills as well as my policy skills. So just to give you a brief overview of what we hope to accomplish today is we're going to give a brief explanation of our mission and our four areas of focus. And then each of our teams are going to make a presentation giving a high-level overview of what they do, as well as, of course, introduce themselves. And then we'll open it up for questions and answers. And again, if you have specific questions that you came to get answered, you can put it in the chat or just wait until we get to the Q&A section. So the Office of Church Staff Finances, there are 9.5 of us on staff. We have a half person in Boston, and the rest of us are scattered through the country. We have two in Philadelphia, two in Texas, one in Indianapolis, one in Rochester, New York, one in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and two of us in the greater Washington area. So this has all changed, of course, since COVID, where almost everybody was in Boston. So things do change. Um, the mission, our mission is guided by Unitarian Universalist values. We equip congregations for excellence as employers. We help them to do so by being faithful employers, faithful to both the law and to our values. Since we administer federally regulated plans, it's important that we help our congregations and other participating employers to abide by federal law. Also, the other major part of our mission is to equip staff to be financially competent and protect their well-being. So two missions, helping congregational leaders and then helping to educate staff around financial literacy and the importance of that. So we have four major areas that are in our area. One is insurance, and we'll be talking about insurance in a few minutes. And we just expanded that to include property insurance. So the insurance team will briefly explain all that to you. Retirement, our retirement plan, our compensation plan, and then, excuse me, and our aid funds that we administer, the Living Tradition Fund, which if you attended virtually the service of the Living Tradition last night, I talked about that in the offering. So let me stop here now and let the insurance team introduce themselves and to give you a little bit of background on insurance. And our team, the insurance team, is extraordinary and caring, empathetic, and do great ministry.
Thank you, Richard. My name is Hugh Dennis, and I am the director of the insurance plan services and also deputy director of church staff finance. The insurance plan, I'll provide you with a brief overview, but before I get to that, I'd like to introduce the other member of the insurance plan team. And once they come on, they can also do a little bit deeper dive as to their background themselves. But the insurance plan team is primarily service supported by Ashley and Mariah. They do a fantastic job of providing responses to everyone, which is very beneficial to our enrollment members. The overall program the UUA offers is a health program, dental, life, long-term disability, and indemnity insurance plans to all UUA-related employees working 750 hours or more. There are four UUA plans, PPO or Gold plan, and two high deductible plans, one silver and one bronze, as well as a Medicare supplemental plan. The UUA health insurance plan are self-insured, meaning that the benefits provided are determined by the UUA and not by an insurance company. Or to say this in a different way, the UUA owns our plan while Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield handles the paperwork for us. Our plans are provided oversight by the UUA Employee Benefit Trust, a committee appointed by the UUA board. If you are a healthcare or insurance professional considering applying for the appointment to this important committee, the our health plan are aligned with the UUA values, as Richard stated earlier, and includes such provisions as travel reimbursement. If a participant needs to travel more than 100 miles from home for necessary health-related treatment, this provision was added to respond to the denial of reproductive-related and trans-related services in red states, but applies to other provisions as well. Reimbursement for typical non-reimbursable services provided children with learning disabilities as well as hearing aids for those needing them. If your congregation doesn't offer our health plan, we invite you to really compare our benefits and cost with the plan your congregation does offer. One of the major benefits of our plan is the ability to talk with us, the UUA staff, when issues arise in benefits rather than a corporate call center. The individuals that you will speak with in this regards would be Ashley and Mariah. And so at this point, I'll turn this over to Ashley to take you through the next stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Ongiano. I'm the insurance plan specialist. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a Latin woman with dark brown hair and black frame glasses, and I am based out of Dallas, Texas. So nice to be here with everyone. Hugh went over our health plans. And so, like he stated, we offer a gold, silver, and bronze plan, as well as the Medicare supplement plan. We also offer dental, which does come paired with vision. There is no extra cost for that. For the vision, it's a flat rate, depending on the level of plan that you have. So that could be employee only, employee plus one, or family plan. We also offer long-term disability, life insurance, and indemnity plans. All of those plans are offered through Guardian, who is our insurance vendor for those. Our long-term disability plan does provide individuals with 60% of that salary with a maximum of $6,000 a month. This is very essential protection for both participating employers and our employees. And then we also offer life insurance as well for protection to the family of employees if an ultimately death happens. And finally, we offer our indemnity insurance plans. These plans are best thought about as gap insurance. They offer financial assistance when enrollees are hospitalized or diagnosed with a serious illness, and are able to provide cash up front, when in need, as opposed to paying a deductible or co-insurance completely out of pocket when an unexpected event like that happens. and I'll hand it over to Mariah.
No. And I think Hugh is going to touch a little bit on property insurance before I wrap up for the insurance team.
Yeah, thank you, Mariah. Well, as Richard mentioned at the start of our session, the we have expanded the insurance plans program to take on property and casualty. And essentially, what property and casualty means is just the congregational property coverage and also their casualty coverage as well, meaning liability, workers' compensation, employment practice, and even auto if necessary. And recently, our insurance team has been responsible for helping congregations with the property and liability concerns that we have been coming across with Church Mutual. We're in the process of exploring alternative to Church Mutual right at this particular point. And it has been a long process so far, but it is a process that is working. And we encourage any congregation that is having difficulties with Church Mutual renewing them or just dropping coverage to immediately reach out to our office for guidance and support. We're happy to help with that process. And I will turn it over to Mariah.
All right, Anna, you can change the slide. All right. So in order to be eligible for the UA insurance plans, you must work 750 hours a year, which comes out to about 15 hours a week. You have to receive a W-2 from your employer. And if you are an employer and you offer benefits to one eligible employee, you must offer those benefits to any employee that's eligible. That doesn't mean that the amount that you contribute towards those premiums has to stay the same, but they should have the chance to enroll if they wanted to. Anna, you can go next. Perfect. So some enrollment timeframes we have for health insurance, the employees must enroll within 30 days of the date of hire. If there is a waiting period, you still have to submit the enrollment form within that first 30 days, but you can make the effective date any date forward. So it can be a date after that waiting period is over, just to make sure that you have all your bases covered, and the employee doesn't lose their chance to enroll in these benefits. For dental, vision, life, and long-term disability, you can enroll within the first 60 days of hire. It's important, especially for life and long-term disability, since there's no open enrollment period for these coverages. If you miss that 60-day period, then you would have to go through the evidence of insurability process, which includes medical underwriting. And that is completely managed by Guardian. If you are denied through that process, it makes it difficult in the future if you wish to enroll in those plans with Guardian. We have hospital and accident indemnity. Hospital indemnity, you have 60 days from the date of hire, but this is a coverage that you can enroll during open enrollment. And then accident indemnity is available year-round, so you can enroll at any point. And then if you have a qualifying event such as loss of coverage, you have 30 days to enroll following that qualifying event. Enrollments and changes, if you are adding dependents, if you have a qualifying event, or any new enrollments, you would use the UUA benefit enrollment form. This also goes for life and long-term disability. If you're approved through the EOI process, you would go through that UUA benefit enrollment form. If you're making any changes to a plan, you'll use our benefit change form. It's really important to update salary, address, any name changes, just to avoid any coverage discrepancies. The more your salary is, the coverage is higher. So if anything were to happen to you, you want to ensure that we have the correct salary so your premiums are accurate as well as your coverage levels. You can change it, Anna. And something really exciting that we recently started in June was our 4-part webinar series. And we really wanted this webinar series to provide all the information you need to enroll or if you needed to advocate for yourself or your family members, you'll have all the educational material right here. So we're really excited to go over our health plans and dive deep into billing, guardian, and pretty much all the things that we have to offer. So we would love to have you join. You can register using the hyperlinks in our presentation. We can also drop those in the chat. And we hope to see you at our next one on July 22nd. Anna, you can change it. Perfect. And to contact us, the best way is by email. And that is insuranceplans@uua.org. But we also have a phone number where we can talk over the phone at 888-792-7496. You can go to uua.org/insurance plans, or you can schedule a one-on-one call with us using the link that we'll drop in the chat as well. And we can talk about any personal issues or questions that you might have. Thank you so much for everything. And I don't know if I introduced myself at the beginning. I'm Mariah Hawkins, the Insurance Plans Project Coordinator. I'm a mixed race woman with long brown hair, and I use she, her pronouns. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Thanks to the three of you. And I should add, if you would like a copy of the slide deck, if you put your email address in the chat, we'll make sure you get a copy of the slide deck. And I also failed to describe myself. I use pronouns he, him, his. I'm aging, soon to be 72-year-old elder, and with silver hair, white male. So let me turn to the retirement team. Gloria Gulaga, who's the director, is sitting at our booth at the moment, fielding questions, holding it down while we're doing this webinar. But we're well represented by Jackie Toon and Anna Garez. So let me pass it on to the retirement team.
Thank you so much, Richard. Hi, hello all. My name is Jackie Toon. I'm the employer liaison of the UU retirement plan team. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a white lady in my fancy new church staff finances polo with glasses and gold earrings in my late 20s. And Anna, if you could go to the next slide, please. So the UU retirement plan, we are a multiple employer plan. We are specifically an IRS qualified 401A and 401K defined contribution, multiple employer, non-ERISA church retirement plan. It's a lot of things. We are a very large plan. We've got more than 4,600 active plan participants. Our balances total more than $500 million in assets under management. And we have almost 600 participating employers in the retirement plan. The plan is overseen by a UUA board a UUA board appointed committee, the Retirement Plan Committee. If you have any interest or experience in human resources and retirement plans, please consider applying to be appointed to the committee. We are always searching for new folks to be appointed to that Retirement Plan Committee.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Garris, and I use she and they pronouns, and I'm the retirement plan specialist. I'm based in Minneapolis, a middle-aged white person with short brown hair, wearing clear glasses and a black and white top. I work primarily with participants in the plan, from current employees to retirees. And so Empower is the plan's record keeper, a record keeper being the organization that, in fact, keeps the records for the retirement plan. This includes tracking enrollment and investments, recording transactions such as contributions and withdrawals, and producing account statements. Empower is the second largest retirement plan record keeper in the country. And Empower has a booth here in the exhibit hall. It's number 624, right next to the church staff finances booth. So please feel free to stop by both booths with questions.
Our plan's eligibility rules for employees, I like to say, have been UUified. One big important rule is that all W-2 employees that are 18 years or older can contribute to the plan from date of hire via pre-tax contributions. We added that rule back in the 2014 restatement, and it's a way to provide economic justice for folks who might not have access to an employer-sponsored plan that can sometimes have lower fees and that can have some of those other institutional benefits. Because all W-2 employees are able to contribute, all employees have to be added to the plan from their date of hire so that they can choose to elect contributions, or they can choose to opt out of contributions. No employees are required to process their own contributions. Critically, our plan also has an employer-based contribution component in which participating organizations, participating employers in the plan agree to provide an employer-based contribution. It's a certain percentage of the employee's pay for any employee who's satisfied the year of eligibility service. Once an employee has satisfied that year of eligibility service, they must receive the employer contributions. They're not allowed to turn down those employer contributions. Each employee who's satisfied that year of eligibility service, I'm going to shorten it to YOES for the rest of the presentation. Every employee who's satisfied that YOES must receive the same employer-based percentage as an employer contribution. That's according to your congregation or organization's employer participation agreement, or EPA. If you don't have access to your EPA, you can shoot us a note at retirementplan@uua.org. We'll have more contact information a little bit later on here, and we can send you a copy of your EPA. Next slide, please. The year of eligibility service is, again, how employees qualify for the employer-based contributions in our plan. There's several ways to satisfy it, and we did ever so slightly update some of these rules with this 2025 restatement. So the first couple ways have been long-standing means of satisfying that YOES in the plan. Essentially, an employee who works 1,000 hours or more by their first anniversary will have satisfied that YOES and will therefore be entitled to contributions starting either the first of that month if they began on the first, or the first of the next month. If an employee hasn't reached 1,000 hours by their first anniversary, that's totally fine. You'll do a look back then on every subsequent December 31st, the end of every calendar year, to see if that employee has completed 1,000 or more hours in that calendar year. You will probably have some employees who are very part-time who never work 1,000 hours or more in a year. That's okay. Additionally, any employee who achieves preliminary fellowship, any UU aspirant, ministerial aspirant who achieves preliminary fellowship is deemed to have satisfied the YOES because they've completed the hours required for their internship. As of 2025, this kicked in just at the beginning of this year, certified music leaders and credentialed religious educators who go through those credentialing processes also become entitled to the employer contributions. They've satisfied that YOES, even if they have not 1,000 hours in a specific one-year period. The assumption is that that credentialing process is essentially, yes, you provided the service for our faith. Very critically, we have a unique once satisfied, always satisfied rule for the year of eligibility service. That means that if somebody at the congregation or at the organization leaves and comes back, if they were getting contributions previously, you will continue to provide their contributions upon their rehire. Similarly, a lot of times if you hire ministers or employees who have been in the UU space for a while, they may have satisfied that year of eligibility service previously. Even if they're not expected to work 1,000 hours or more, you still provide them contributions. They only have to do that year of service once, and then they always receive employer contributions. Next slide, please.
Yes, so just a little introduction. Coming next year, we will have the option for Roth contributions. These are contributions from employee wages that are deposited into the account after tax withholding. Therefore, when you take Roth distributions, they are not taxed because they were already taxed initially. Pre-tax salary deferrals will continue to be an option. And both pre-tax and the Roth after-tax contributions have benefits to consider. So please stay tuned for more information. Also want to highlight we have our knowledge base at this web link that is here, as well as the insurance plans and compensation and aid funds. And this is our email address, retirementplan@uua.org, to contact us.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, Jackie. As I'm hoping you're observing, if you didn't know it beforehand, I am blessed with an extraordinarily capable um, team in all of our areas. Our third area of concern is our compensation team. And Jan Gartner is the Associate Director of Church Staff Finances and is the longest tenured colleague of mine as part of Church Staff Finances. She's part of a two-person team. Sean Griffin, her colleague, is actually serving as stage manager for this General Assembly and is probably putting in 48/7 hours every day at the moment. Uh, so, Jan,
Sure. Thanks. Can everyone hear me? All right. Yeah, my computer microphone is suddenly not working. So hold on. I'm gonna stop it says my video stopped. Okay, I see what's going on. So I'm gonna hold my phone because I'm preoccupied with my giant arms if I set my phone down. So thanks. I'm Jan Gartner from Church Staff Finances, of course. I work from my home near Rochester, New York. I use she, her pronouns. I have short, dark hair with a little gray in it, fun pink rimmed glasses. And today I am wearing a patterned blue and green and black and white top. So it's great to be with you. I'm going to just casually, without slides, which is rare for me, run through a few things that the compensation and staffing team can help you with. And first of all, we're probably best known for the compensation program, specifically the salary program. So finding your geo index and looking up on the chart what your different staff should generally be paid and how to place them within the range. So if you have questions about that, you're welcome to reach out. Secondarily to that, though, we also talk to people about costs and eligibility requirements for the benefit plan so you can get a full sense of the compensation package for any of your staff. We also so that's the compensation side of our work. On the staffing side of our work, that includes sort of being kind of a little HR consulting team for congregations. So we have everything from a sample personnel policy manual to a job description template. We have a variety of resources related to hiring. Hiring members is a popular topic, how to do that well. So you can check out all our stuff there. We also, you may know that the UUMA, the Ministers Association, and the UUA together have a model ministerial agreement. And so I'm the one that takes questions about that for ministerial contracts. We do have, with the non-clergy have asked for something for a long time that would be a complement to the ministerial agreement for non-clergy. In general, your non-clergy are at-will employees, so they wouldn't have a quote contract the way ministers do. But we do have a very nice guide to setting terms of employment that we can provide you with. And of course, ministerial compensation comes with those very interesting, mysterious ministerial tax provisions like the housing allowance and the in lieu of FICA. Nice wonky term for you. So we can help you out with anything like that. Increasingly, I'm helping congregations with questions about their staffing structure and particularly related to being sustainable. We have a staffing structure that it doesn't appear that we can maintain based on our budget. So there's that piece of my work that I can talk to you about. And finally, I'll mention that we partner a lot with the congregational life staff on staffing related challenges. Maybe somebody needs to be terminated or there's a conflict going on between two staff members. We defer to the congregational life staff because they are tend to be the one that really knows your whole congregational system, but we can often be helpers in working through specific performance or behavioral concerns with staff. So that's kind of in a nutshell the realm of what the compensation and staffing team works on.
Thanks, Jan. And the fourth and final area that we are going to give a quick overview of before we offer an opportunity for questions is our aid funds in particular, and administrative support. And Mary Krimbaum couldn't be with us today, but she's recorded a few words. Go ahead.
Hello, friends. I'm Mary Krigbaum, the Administrator for Church Staff Finances. Since 2021, I have assisted Richard. Hello, friends. I'm Mary Krigbaum, the Administrator for Church Staff Finances. Since 2021, I have assisted Richard Nugent and the CSF team with general administrative tasks as well as processing financial assistance requests. I am happy to assist you at any time with your questions. Please email me at csf@uua.org. Our team manages and distributes funds designated for grants towards seminary debt reduction, college stipends for children, fuel grants, and emergency aid assistance. We also manage the administrative work for the Unitarian Service Pension Society, which provides a quarterly amount for retired, fully fellowshipped UU ministers with at least 21 years of service. Please send your inquiries to csf@uua.org.
So that's the overview of our team and the work that we do in support of Unitarian Universalist values and individuals that work for our congregations and affiliated organizations. So that's our overview. So let us turn to any questions that you may have come or have that has arisen during the course of this overview. Either of you have questions? Either.
So the only one that I could think of was this is a very specific thing, so I don't know, since we're still recording, whether you want me to go into it.
Why don't you pause the recording? You're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If you went from below,
Good to get to know you all. You know how to find us. That's probably the most important part of this webinar is getting to know us and knowing how to contact us if and other questions arise from going forward. So again, thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.